The Organising Gate, the ASR complex, and the reconstruction of reality after narcissistic abuse. Mirrored Psychic Inversion Theory, MPIT, by Mark Thomas Beer. About the author. Who is Mark Thomas Beer? My name is Mark Thomas Beer. I'm not writing as a clinician looking in from the outside. I'm writing as someone who went through the collapse from the inside and then rebuilt his mind in public, in language, and in structure. Mirrored Psychic Inversion Theory, MPIT, did not begin as a concept. It began as necessity. When I was discarded from a shared fantasy, what followed wasn't simply heartbreak. It was the loss of coherence, the feeling that reality itself had become unstable. The recovery space had words for grief, words for abuse, words for trauma, but it did not have a map for what I was actually living. The looping compulsion, the body level annihilation, the altered perception of time, the internal voices that seemed to drive behaviour without consent, the strange apathy that followed, and the slow, incremental return of authored selfhood. So I built the map that I could not find. I built it in the only way I knew how, by tracking my own collapse with brutal honesty, and then cross checking what I observed across psychodynamic theory, object relations, and the most rigorous accounts of narcissistic dynamics available, particularly the work of Professor Sam Vaknin, whose writing on the shared fantasy and the Hall of Mirrors provided a foundational lens through which the survivor's internal world could be understood with precision. MPIT is my attempt to do one thing clearly, to describe how the mind becomes organized around an external object, how that organization collapses under rupture, and how the self can be reseated as the organizing principle again. That is why I introduced the ASR complex, because what survivors call trauma bond often behaves less like a bond and more like a reality gate failure, a pre-conscious shift in perception, affect, and meaning that drives looping, shutdown, and symbolic disintegration. The ASR complex, ASR1, ASR2, ASR3, names those shifts in a way that is trackable, teachable, and clinically usable. This work has now been published in academic form, translated into diagrams and training materials, and used as a structured framework to help survivors locate themselves in the collapse arc without shame, and to begin rebuilding reality as something internal, authored, and stable. I live in Belfast. I write, teach, and publish on survivor psychology, collapse dynamics, and psychodynamic mapping of post narcissistic rupture. My focus is not on labeling abusers, but on helping survivors stop drowning in reaction and start standing on a structure that matches what they actually lived. If you are reading this book in the aftermath of discard, my message is simple. You are not broken. You are rebuilding the system that makes reality coherent, and there is a way home. Preface. Why a map? If you're holding this book, there's a good chance you already know what it's like to lose reality while still being technically alive. You could be standing in a kitchen, answering messages, doing the normal things, and inside, everything is unstable. Your mind runs narrative compulsively. Your body won't settle. Your identity feels thin. Time doesn't feel continuous. You keep returning to the object's gravity, even when you know it's harming you. The recovery space has a habit of treating this like a problem of attitude. Move on, choose yourself, raise your vibration, detach, block and heal. But the lived reality is harsher and more precise. When collapse is real, you're not feeling to let go. You are trying to reconstruct the organizing system that makes reality coherent. That's why this book is a map, not a manifesto, not a list of tips, not a motivational script. A map is what you reach for when the ground isn't stable and you need orientation more than encouragement. Because the truth is, most survivors aren't confused about what happened. They're confused about why their mind and body keep reacting as if the rupture is ongoing, why the checking feels compulsory, why the apathy feels like death, why the smallest reminder can collapse the whole day, why understanding never seems to be enough. Input names the underlying mechanism, the organizing gate, the internal mediator through which perception, interoception, affect, memory, and meaning pass to form a coherent sense of what is real. When that gate is captured through borrowed coherence, then ruptured through discard, the survivor is left with a system that can no longer reliably integrate reality. The psyche compensates with looping states, dissociation, and symbolic collapse. So, this book is built to do one thing with honesty: give you a structure that matches what you actually lived, a way to locate yourself inside the collapse arc without shame, a way to name what state you are in, a way to understand why the orbit happens, a way to rebuild the gate so the self becomes the organizer again. Not happiness, knowing self. How this book is built. Part A, Part B. This book is two books mirrored into one. Part A, Structural Edition. Part A is written for readers who want the machinery. It explains the organizing gate and the ASR complex, ASR1, ASR2, ASR3, as a reality mediation system. It maps the collapse arc in sequence: capture, discard, shock, liminal suspension, orbital collapse, IMRA, and reintegration. Then teaches a simple protocol for using the map in real time. Part A is for clinicians and trainees, researchers and theorists, survivors who need structure more than comfort, anyone who wants a coherent model rather than recovery slogans. Part B, Survivor Edition, Plain Language Mirror. Part B is the same model, rewritten for the person who is inside it. It keeps the same phases and the same internal drivers, but strips theory language and speaks directly to lived experience. What it feels like, why it happens, and what the next move is when you're not thinking clearly. Part B is for survivors in shock, limbo, orbit, numbness, people who can't intellectualize their way out, readers who need orientation in plain language. How to use the two parts. You can read straight through Part A, then Part B, or you can treat them like two lenses. If you want the structure first, Part A leads on to Part B. If you're in collapse and need immediate orientation, Part B leads on to Part A. Both parts share the same figures and the same map logic. Everything is designed for one outcome. So when your system drops into alarm, fog, orbit, or numbness, you can stop asking, what's wrong with me? And start asking the only question that matters. Where am I on the map? And what's the next right move from here? Peace out. Loads of love.